Hishtaphel. Okay, what is the Hishtaphel? The Hishtaphel is a binyan that exists for only one verb, and the verb means to bow down or worship. The verb itself is common, so you need to know this, but fortunately it's really easy to recognize because it's got this big prefix on it, even bigger than the Hishtaphel. It's got that sh in there as well. So in terms of recognizing it, it's not a big deal. Here's the paradigm. It's a 3-hey, and we can see we've got the Kometz hey in the perfect, Segol hey in the imperfect, and the active participle. That's what we would expect. We're dropping our third hey in the apocryphated forms. When we add consonantal suffixes, we see the third yud show up. When we drop the hey, or we drop the hey with the vocalic suffixes, and you end up with the second root letter there, the vav. So it's behaving like a third hey, no problem. The first part is so big and heavy, it's easy to recognize. So you have Hishtachava, Yishtachave, Mishtachava, or Mishtachave, Hishtachavot, Hishtachaot. Okay, got the ot ending of the infinitive construct, which is what you expect on a 3-hey verb. But it's this beginning part, Eshtachave, Eshta, Yishta, Tishta, Nishta. Okay, that's the part that's going to clue you in that you have the verb to bow down or to worship. Now, what is the root? Well, there's some difference of opinion on this. Traditionally, people thought that it was a Hishtaphel of Shacha, and when you put a Hishtaphel on, if you go back to the chapter on Hishtaphels, you know that they can metathesize, so the tav and the sheen would then switch places, and so you'd end up with this sheen and tav switching places there. So they thought it was that. The more common opinion now is that it's something called the Hishtaphel of Chava, and this is partly, Ross says, because there is something called the Shafel stem in East Semitic. So they think it corresponds to that. Biblical Hebrew, of course, being in a Northwest Semitic language, but related to East Semitic. So, whatever. This is not really that important for reading. For reading, you're going to just know this is Hishtachava, means to bow down or worship. He bowed down or he worshipped. And you just learn it as a vocabulary item. So here we have a binyan that really only applies to one verb. So you just learn it as a vocabulary item. You don't need to memorize all these forms. It's 3-hey ending with Hishta, Yishta, Tishta, or whatever at the beginning. And then note also, you don't have an infinite absolute, and you don't have feminine forms. See, the feminine forms are all dropped out here, so they just use the masculine forms instead. So there you have the Hishtaphel.